Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Later with Dr Pam Spurr
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Yes, you're with me, Dr. Pam, here until midnight, and we have been talking all sorts, and we will continue to talk all sorts. Some of the topics we've touched on tonight include telling your friend if their partner's cheating, cross-dressing, when you discover your partner's into cross-dressing. How about obsessive love? Has someone been obsessed with you? Have you been the subject of stalking? And maybe working away how that affects your family life. Also, as I mentioned at the top of the show, Priti Patel losing her job. What's it like? I hear from a lot of people who get in touch and say, you know, my partner lost his job or her job, and I'm trying to do everything to support them. It's been devastating for them. It is so tough on me. Keep trying. I can't lift their spirits. Anything like that that's affecting your relationship or anything affecting your sex life, then do get in touch. It's 0344 499 1000. On the text, it's 87222. Start your message with the word talk followed by your question or comment. And of course, you can email me at talkradio.co.uk/contact. On Twitter, we've got the Twitter poll. It's at Talk Radio, or you can tweet me at Dr. Pam Spurr. But check out the Twitter poll. Would you go to a sex party? And we are still tied with the hell yeses and the totally no's at 45% each, and 10% saying maybe with a disguise. So just tell me, what would that disguise be? I'd love to know. 0344 499 1000. Now, let me get to a couple emails before we get to my next guest, who's coming up very, very soon. This one is from Hannah. And she says, Dear Dr. Pam, my boyfriend has arranged a stag do that makes me nervous, a trip to Amsterdam. I fear it will be a sex holiday. Male friends have been there and laugh about having sex with prostitutes. I trust him, but I worry he'll get swept along with the others. We're very serious in our relationship, and I'd be very upset if he cheated. Also, it annoys me I can't get my own back doing anything similar. And that's from Hannah. I'm always surprised by your emails. Sometimes you throw a curveball in it. You know, you're worried about trusting him, but then you can't get your own back. So relationships shouldn't be about trust and getting your own back if you're worried that someone's going to break the trust. You are talking, Hannah, about these real issues of trust and a stag weekend in Amsterdam, how you're worried that's a full-on challenge to your partner to keep it in his trousers. You know, I think over a relaxed drink, maybe throw out the topic about, you know, how you're feeling a little bit nervous. You know, keep it chilled, be relaxed, but, you know, be honest with him. I think if you two are serious and you've had really good trust and he's always walked the walk and he talks the talk, then you know, you should be feeling you can trust him. You know, could he trust you? Ask yourself that. You know, is that the sort of relationship you have? And it's really important that you talk about these things, but do not let insecurities make you feel that something's bound to happen. And sometimes worry that someone's going to cheat on you is more about your own insecurities, that you know, you don't feel good enough to keep their attention. So Hannah, I don't have a lot of detail in your email, which is why it's always better when people phone, but that's what you need to do. You need to let them know a little bit about your fears without getting kind of over dramatic about it. Talk to each other about this issue of trust between you, and hopefully strengthen your bonds so you don't continue worrying about this. And Hannah, how you can get your own back, make sure you organize a raucous hen do in Amsterdam for any friend who's getting married. Although I'm not really advocating that. You do tit for tat. Now, I said my next guest was about to join me, and she's joined me here before on Talk Radio. We've all been to parties, birthday parties, anniversary parties, but have you been to a sex party, and are you curious about them? Have you been to one? What's your experience? Get in touch, 0344 499 1000. But as I said, my next guest, it's all about their sex parties. They can be found on Twitter at killing_kittens. And the woman who started it all joins me now. It's Emma Sayle of Killing Kittens. Hello, Emma.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How have you been?
I'm good. I'm good.
We last spoke, I think, in the summer, so now we're coming up to the Christmas party season.
Yeah, it's our seasonal chat.
Yeah, really it is. Now, because people may not have heard our last interview, I wanted you to tell me why you established Killing Kittens, and how you went about it.
It was 12 years ago. It was sort of the time, it was 2005 when Sex and the City was out and Summers had hit the high street. And there was this whole sort of female, they call it sexual sort of revolution going on of girls being able to talk about having vibrators and just chat. It was okay for groups of girls to chat about, what they got up to sexually. And it was sort of, well, we're allowed to have an opinion about what we want in the bedroom. It was all sort of that time. And I was working in PR and doing the PR for the Erotica show, and saw a lot of sort of weird and wonderful things going on in the adult industry, and just found that it was all run by men, and everything was for men, and the whole porn industry was men for men. And just thought, right, I want to launch something that is a safe and controlled environment for women to explore their sexuality and do whatever they want to do, and feel safe, and come along to parties. And if they just want to dance around in their lingerie having drinks, they can. If they want to see what it's like to be with another girl, they can. If they want to get involved with a woman in a couple, if couples want to have that fantasy threesome. So it's just so that's what it was to start with sort of small parties for sort of 40-50 people once a month, and it's just sort of grown from there, really.
And it's coming up, as you say, your 12-year birthday party is next Saturday.
Yeah, next weekend. Next Saturday is the big 12-year party.
So where was my invite?
You don't tell people if you can't invite.
Now, so obviously the parties are popular going, a dozen years down the road. So tell me, you say it's a safe place for women. So let people know what that means.
We have strict rules, and any guy, we don't let groups of single men in on their own, or single men. Although we've launched singles parties once a month where we do let in single men, but it's sort of a controlled number. Yeah. But the rules of the parties, no matter what parties we have, is that guys have to wait for the girls to approach them. So if a man comes along, comes with a girlfriend or a group of girls, he can't speak to girls he doesn't know. He has to wait for the girls to speak to them.
That's a great rule.
Yeah, which really takes the testosterone factor out of the situation, and it's very difficult to explain because it just, because there's sex going on in various playrooms, people think, oh, well, that's seedy and disgusting and sleazy. And actually, I have friends and people, everyone that comes down to start with, they go, this is not what we're expecting. It's just actually very unsleazy, because you take that whole guys on the prowl out of it.
It's girls on the prowl.
It's girls on the prowl, which is just not sleazy.
Now, you've just mentioned the playrooms, so talk me through the different playrooms.
So it depends on the venue. So we chop and change the venues, and we do these events all over the place. And we do cabaret nights, or we do big mansion parties or country house parties. But within all the events, there'll be several playrooms, which are sort of bedrooms or big rooms where we have loads of beds, and it's all candlelit and various music. And that's where sort of, if you want to go and get naked, then you can. And if you don't, you can stay around the sort of party area of the house. Or venue, which often has DJs and the bar, and then it's just sort of, it's like a big house party.
And there are themes to some of the playrooms, aren't there? There's like the sort of sub-dom playroom. Yeah,
so we in our big like sort of London house parties, we've now got a sort of kink playroom. So we have a dungeon master in there, and they kind of done, it's all these sort of SM type apparatus. So if you want to try it out, it's not the hardcore, but if you've read 50 Shades and you sort of want to try to be a bit kinky, then you can go into that room, and often we'll have a dominatrix or the dungeon master who can show you rope work or how to sit on a Sibian machine.
And not the dungeon mistress?
Dungeon master we have.
Oh, you should have a dungeon mistress.
Yeah, well, actually we've got a party going on at the moment up in a big Lancashire barn that's been converted to a big dungeon, and that's got a dungeon mistress. Cool. In there, so dominatrix, yeah.
Because my Halloween costume was Dr. Dominatrix.
Nice.
Now, So that's the key difference, the fact that men can't make the approaches. And do you find that sort of women feel quite empowered by that, so they are feeling quite confident, or do women?
Yeah, completely. No, they're completely in control. And what's really interesting, we've got a big blog that we're revamping that's got much busier, and what we've got on there as well is a lot of sort of first-hand experiences from girls as why they come along. And we found that several of them have come along when their background is they've been raped, and they've come from a sexually abusive abusive relationships, and actually a lot of people go, well, that's the last place you should come to, and isn't that dangerous? But their experiences, they've come from a very uncontrolled background where they had they were powerless and not in control at all, and they've now come into the KK world and feel very empowered, and they've just got they own their sexuality again, and they own themselves, and and actually it's helped them. Or very religious very religious backgrounds where they didn't talk about sex, and they were taught in their homes that it was dirty and very oppressed. So they've come into the world that way. So it's been really interesting hearing the different reasons why girls come along. And
that blog is the @Killing Kitten.
If you just Google Killing Kittens blog, and on Twitter it's just A Kittens World.
A Kittens World, that's it.
Yeah.
And
so,
and again, tell people how you got the name.
Do you know what? It's surprising how few people actually ask me where the name came from, given that it's pretty random. There's a cyber expression that every time someone masturbates, God kills a kitten. So if you're having a wank, then you're killing a kitten. It was a very hungover wedding in Ibiza, and someone who missed the wedding phoned in and asked the groom, said, is everyone just sat around killing kittens at the moment? And that's when I had the light bulb moment.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy when you think about the origin of that name. Because I love kittens. I don't want to kill them.
No, I'm a dog person.
Now, can you hang on? Because I've got more questions for you, but I have to take a little break. Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, right now I'm talking to Emma Sayle from @Killing_Kittens. And our Twitter poll, would you go to a sex party? And it's 43% saying hell yes. 10% saying maybe with a disguise. I still want someone to ring in and tell me what their disguise is. And 47% saying totally no. I'd love to know your reasons why you're saying yes, no, and maybe. And any dilemma that's on your mind tonight, then get in touch. 0344 499 1000. You can tweet @Talkradio. You can text 87222. Start your message with the word talk, followed by your question or comment, and email talkradio.co.uk/contact.
Talk Radio, digital debate for the UK.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
A perfect journey has no interruptions. Take the quickest route with navigation and real-time traffic information in the Volvo V40R design. A perfect journey sounds different every time. Listen to your favorite music via internet radio. And a perfect journey needs a perfect finale. Park easily with rear park assist. With monthly rentals of £199, the Volvo V40 T2R design NAV Plus has everything you need to make your journey perfect.
For your personal contract hire, initial rental 2750, Volvo Car Financial Services. Offer ends December 31st. Subject to status. You will not own the car. 18s and over. Guarantee may be required. Mileage and return conditions apply. Visit volvocars.co.uk for more details.
Take a test drive today at your local Volvo showroom. Volvo, human made.
If you've been refused a loan, why not ask someone to be your guarantor for an Amigo loan? Because the moment you do, amazing things can happen. You can change an old car into a new one. Transform a spare room into a nursery fit for a princess. And most amazingly of all, you could start to improve your credit rating. To borrow up to £10,000 at representative 49.9% APR variable, all you need is a guarantor with a good credit history to make your payments if you don't. You must be over 18, not bankrupt, and able to afford the repayments.
It's good to have an Amigo.
Apply now at amigoloans.co.uk.
Bold black alloy wheels. Sleek gloss black grille. Mean black side power vents. The Jaguar Black Edition XE, XF and F-Pace are here. With 50% off selected features saving you up to £2,740, it's time to show your dark side. Search jaguar.co.uk/Black Edition. Jaguar, the art of performance.
Available on selected models until 31st of December 2017. Terms and conditions apply at participating retailers only.
Warning, the following show contains content of an adult nature that is not suitable for children under 18 years old, listeners of a nervous disposition, or people who generally disapprove of a bit of naughtiness. So you lot, turn your radio off now. Have they gone? Good. Let's get on with it.
Later with Dr. Pam Spurr on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Yes, and we can talk. Anything goes. No holds barred. That's for sure. It's 0344 499 1000. There have been all sorts of questions tonight that have come into the show, and more emails to get to, but right now let me give you the number again. It's 0344 499 1000, and that text 87222, begin your message with the word talk followed by your question or comment, and email talkradio.co.uk/contact. Right now I'm joined by Emma Sayle, the founder of Killing Kittens, which is at Killing Kittens _Kittens on Twitter. Emma, thank you for holding on there.
No worries.
Now, I think what a lot of people are thinking, like, what do people go dressed as? It's not a classic fetish party, is it? So not people are going to be wearing all sorts, aren't they? I mean, evening, cocktail,
yeah, to be honest,
casual?
It's mainly cocktail dress. Every so often we'll have a country ball, and it's black tie. But all our parties we do are masked as well. So, but it's cocktail dress. Often we might have a bit of a theme. Like actually, our 12th birthday party is Cosmic Kittens. So there's going to be a lot of silver and glitter that goes on. So we'll have these sort of subtle themes where you can, sort of add a bit.
Now, I think that people will be wondering, so people go along, and how does the kind of sex get started? So women make approaches. Are you talking anything goes? What goes on?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like sort of you can say no. You don't if you're a guy and a woman, a woman can't sort of pin you to a wall and you have to do exactly what she says. So it's more, you imagine you go to a house party and there's a bar set up, and so there's a drinks reception, and you just sort of you're chatting to everyone there, and then after a couple of hours you might notice some groups of people might leave the room and they sort of go upstairs, and it's sort of very sort of gradual. It's not a case of a bell goes at midnight and suddenly everyone has to get their kids off. It's and then if you wander upstairs, then you'll see the room. We keep the doors open, so it's not sort of this kind of swinging party, so to speak, where you have closed bedrooms with people swapping partners. It's nothing like that at all. It's just the rooms are there, and if sometimes we have events where 50% of the people will keep their clothes on. They just like the atmosphere in the party, and if it's groups of girls that come along, all they want to do is dance around in their lingerie and have drinks and dance to the DJ, and that's enough. That's that's what they want to come and do. So
I was going to say, one of my friends went with her husband and had a really good time. But I imagine some couples go and there might be jealousy issues, where, she thinks her husband's looking at too many women with stuff going on, or the reverse. To be honest,
it's funny because it's it's not a huge amount. You don't get a huge amount of that, because actually the nature of what it is I always say that, people have to really communicate with each other and set their boundaries before they come along to one.
Yeah.
So a lot of couples we find when it's their first time, they've got an agreement that they're coming to see what happens and get a sense and feel for it, and they're not having sex with anyone else other than themselves.
Yeah.
So that's but often actually the ones that have if someone does have a problem, it's genuinely the alpha male personality who just feels completely out of their comfort zone because it's got nothing to do with them. It's not about them, and they feel emasculated. And when that happens, when people feel insecure and out of control, then it brings out the the demons in people and the nasty behaviour. So that sort of has tended to be, when there has been the odd couple argument, it tends to be it's sort of suddenly the guy's like, oh, look, my missus is, just laughing and chatting to people and has sort of become confident, and you can see the energy, and they think he's going to sort of, probably I'm going to lose my wife.
Wow.
So,
but that's human nature, isn't it?
That much.
There's always going to be some people who feel threatened by something.
Yeah, and it's not, you get that in society in general. You get that.
Yeah, you can go to a dinner party.
You go to restaurants. I've got friends who, absolutely not job female friends who have to go, seriously, just calm it down. He's just chatted to a girl at the bar while he's gone to get drinks. It's because he's a friendly, nice person. It does not mean he wants to get in that girl's pants. You get it everywhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've been to friends' dinner party gatherings, and there's a jealous type, and they get jealous because they think their partner's talking too much to other people and not paying them enough attention. I mean, that always happens. It's part of human nature.
Their insecurities. That's the thing. It's there's this projection, but actually, it's we've all been there. I've been in relationships where I felt very insecure, and I've sort of felt myself reacting in ways that just isn't me, but that's been my insecurities when you look back, and my issues.
And sometimes people bring out the worst in someone, because they purposely undermine you because they know you're insecure about something, and then they're playing games too. It's just how complicated relationships are, and then throw in a sex party and there will be a few of the alpha males who can't cope.
Exactly. But what's funny is that, the couples and people that come to the parties, I've met are actually some of the most secure people and secure relationships I know, because actually they communicate.
Yeah,
they're ones that actually talk to each other about what they want and their fantasies and their insecurities, and so they know exactly what's going on in each other's heads. It's the sort of couples outside who don't talk, and then the guy ends up shagging his PA, and apparently that's socially acceptable. But it's not socially acceptable for a couple to go to a party and sleep with 4 other couples. It's a weird world we live in.
It is. Now, sometime, I think the last time we spoke, I asked you this, and I want to ask it again. There must be times when you think, oh my gosh, I can't face sex because I've just run 6 sex parties in the last 2 months or something. Or is there
stuff like that? We had actually a joke with my husband yesterday. He plays a lot of hockey, and he's got a WhatsApp group, and it. With the hockey guys and the filth they send each other and stuff, and we joked, and he was just like, well, he said, we've never watched porn together. I went, it's my day job. It's all day, every day. There's a line, you know what I mean? He said, yeah, he runs a recruitment company. He said, oh yeah, it's probably like me, just go overdosing on CVs. I went, exactly. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad he's understanding.
Oh yeah, no, he's great.
He'd have to be. Did he meet you before you started the parties or after you started the parties?
No, after, but through, not at a party, just through friends randomly in the sports world. So.
Oh, how funny! So you didn't clock him at a Killing Kittens party?
No, I didn't see him pinned down by 4 girls and think, oh, yeah, he's mine.
He's for me.
No.
I love it. Well, listen, always great to talk to you, Emma. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And let's just get those contact details right for you. So the website is killingkittens.com for people to check out. And Twitter at @killing_kittens. Is that right?
Yep, that's perfect.
Cool. Well, thanks again, and have a great 12-year anniversary party next week.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me. And you can, of course, get in touch. You've still got a little time. And my lovely producer, Elena, is going to come in, actually, and we're going to carry on that chat about the erectile disorder column. And you're going to excuse me a moment. I need to cough. I've got a tickle developed in my throat in the studio.